Welcome back. This is Billy with Coach Dooley's List. And once again, if you're enjoying these coaching videos, please like and subscribe to the YouTube page and follow along on all of our social media platforms. Today, I'm here at Carrollton High School with head football coach Joey King. And Coach, I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And listen, I know you're busy. We'll kind of hop right into it. Tell everybody about your coaching journey and where you've been and how you ended up here.
Yeah, it's getting longer by the year. I'm originally from Cedartown, Georgia, played ball there. Went to Carson College. I always knew I wanted to be a football coach. My uncle's Joe Kynes, coached in about every school in the Southeast and with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and in the league for a little while, and really looked up to him when I was growing up. So kind of always known I wanted to coach. I actually started my coaching journey at Jacksonville State University as the director of football operations. Also worked with the receivers while I was there. We probably broke all kind of rules doing that. But then I decided to get in high school teaching and coaching and started off at Sonoraville High School. It was one of the first years of the program there. Had a great time with those guys. I coached quarterbacks and running backs. And then I actually got hired here at Carrollton in 2008 and was here from 2008 to 2013. Became the offensive coordinator in 2010, and we played for the state championship in 10 and 13. And then I was fortunate enough to get hired at Cartersville High School. From here, I was at Cartersville High School from 2014 to 2018. We played for several state titles there, won a couple, had some great players. And then I had the opportunity to go coach college ball. Jamie Chadwell hired me at Coastal Carolina to coach the receivers. And then the very next year, Jeff Scott took the job in Tampa at the University of South Florida. Had the chance down there to go and coach tight end. So we did that for a year. And then Carrollton came calling, and we've been back here as the head coach since 2021. So I've been here for 5 seasons.
I love it. So your background is definitely football, and I didn't realize that you said your uncle was coaching with Tampa Bay, because that's really cool. So you've been raised around it for sure. And I love too anybody who's gotten the chance to coach in college, especially with high school now. And that's one of the big goals. It's not the only goal, but if you can help your kids move along. So getting to know that side of it. So with all your stops and kind of going, from high school to college and back to high school, you take things from different places. What is it now that you want your football program here to be known for?
Man, just to do things the right way. We say all the time here, how you do anything is how you do everything. And we feel like we still chase things that matter. I think this is the greatest game that exists because it correlates with life. You're going to get hit in the mouth. You're going to get knocked on your butt, but you got to continue to fight, get back up every day.
Oh, yeah.
It's the greatest team sport, and we still value that. I think in our society, oftentimes the individual agenda has begun to trump the team concept. And that's sad, but we still talk team and culture and family. I know for me personally, I grew up in a house. It was just me and my mom. The first time I saw my dad, I was 34 years old. And I got 2 half brothers still to this day that I've never seen before. And football for me was family. I had the coaches that poured into me and taught me how to be a man. And then I had my brothers on the team. So we try to run a program similar to that. A lot of people break it down on family and put it on the back of T-shirts, but we really believe that here. So I guess that's what I want people to say, is that we are truly a family.
No, I love that. And you got family in here working with you too, which is awesome. And anytime you get that buy-in from everybody else at the house, it always makes life a little bit easier too. So that's really, really cool. So, in all your stops, and this could be on the field, off the field, but everybody always has like a favorite coaching story. Like I said, a lot of times they're on the bus, but what's one, two, you can tell as many as you want. What's a story that you love from coaching?
Oh man, I've got a ton, but I think one that stuck out to me a ton was, the early years at Sonoraville. We were, trying to build that program. It was the first varsity season that they've ever had. We were looking for a first varsity win, and my starting quarterback got hurt. I had to put my backup quarterback in. He goes in and he throws a touchdown pass. And after he throws a touchdown pass, he's running up and down the field, pointing in the stands and trying to get the folks fired up. I mean, he's running down the whole sideline, just pointing up in the stands. And I go crazy. I'm, son, act like you've been there before. Act like you've done this before. And immediately he stops and looks at me and says, Coach, I ain't never done that before. And I just lost it, but the perspective, I mean, we tell kids that all the time, like, act like you've been there before. Some of them haven't. Some of them don't know the expectations.
That's awesome.
So as a coach, you got to teach them everything. But that's a moment I'll never forget. I mean, right, the fans were going crazy, and he just Coach, I ain't never done that before. Was fired up about it. So that's something I like to tell and share with people.
Well, and you know this too as a coach. You say that to
Yeah.
kids
Oh
because
yeah.
the theatrics that go on. You know, we're talking about. You know, you got the NIL, you got the betting that goes on at the high levels, and it's entertainment, but you still want to be humble.
Oh yeah. And
So my kid one time went 1 for 13 on the basketball court as an 8-year-old, and when he made the 13th one, he ran down doing the this, and I went, no, no, no. I said, you don't get to do that. I said, Ice Trey gets to do that because he went 12 for
that's right.
14,
That's
not
right.
1 for
Yeah,
13.
that's
So
right.
so, you know, now I know you've had a lot of coaches underneath you, several probably gone on to become head coaches. But if anybody today came to you, it could be a former player, could be an assistant coach, and came to you and said, Coach King, I want to be a head coach, what piece of advice would you give them?
Oh, a couple things probably. One is you're only as good as the people that you surround yourself with.
Yep.
That's in anything and everything that you do. So make sure that you're around, quality people first and foremost. We hire coaches based on the 3 C's: character, commitment, and competency. A lot of men of character that are committed to our program, our values, and these kids. So surround yourself with the right people. And then as a head coach, I had several guys that I reached out to when I became a head coach and asked that very question. And they said, hire capable staff and trust them to do their job. Don't micromanage, get people in here that can do the job and trust them to do their job, and just kind of oversee, love them, and lead them on the way, but don't micromanage every little detail.
I think, and that is the hardest thing because, as the head coach,
No
they
doubt.
don't fire the assistants,
That's right.
at the high school level.
Yeah.
And so, getting to trust them and do what it is you want to do.
Yeah.
No, that's good stuff, the 3 C's. So one thing, this is a little fun, okay, is rapid fire. You don't have to give any context. I didn't give you any heads up about what these are going to be. It's not going to be anything mind blowing.
Okay. All right.
All right. So team's coming to town that says, hey, I'm going to come in a little early. I'm going to go out to eat. Where's the best place to eat in Carrollton?
Oh man, in Carrollton for me, Brown Dog Eatery downtown on the square. I mean, I don't know that I've ever had anything that's not good or not satisfactory there. So they do a great job.
Yeah, lots of different sandwiches. I've eaten there several times.
Very good.
All right, what is your if you listen to music before a game? If you do you have any kind of pregame hype song?
I feel like you did a little research before you asked this question. I've got to be honest.
No, everybody gets it. This one's got to be good.
My wife is standing over there right now. So before the game, I listen to Native American flute music. So I do that when I'm planning and game planning. I don't know, something about it just helps me. It kind of calms me down, focuses my breathing. If I'm listening to Metallica or AC/DC or something before I run out there, I'm gonna be ready to run my head through a wall. So Native American flute music is it. It just kind of speaks to my soul. So a little embarrassing, but I have to tell the 100% truth because my wife is sitting in here. But that's it for me.
Have you ever listened to bagpipes before?
Yeah, not the same. No,
yeah.
You get the little Native American flute music, and the drums come in every now and then. It gets kind of real. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check this out. That is awesome.
There's like an hour and a half clip on YouTube. I'll show you before you leave.
I hope we get Native American flute music trending after this. So who you've gone, especially being here, and even when you're at Cartersville, you always play great competition. Who is not necessarily the best coach you've ever coached against, but who's somebody when you see him on the other side of the field, you just know you're just going to get a heck of a game. Like who's somebody that just gets you going?
Coach App and the guys at Buford do a phenomenal job coaching, and they've got extremely talented players. Coach Nesbitt, these past couple of years, we played Gainesville. He's out now, but they were always very well coached. Coach John Reed, at Rome, he's retired now, but we had some battles with those guys. Tim McFarland, Tim beat me, I don't know how many times at Cartersville, a couple years in a row. But his group was always very, very well coached too. So those are probably the top guys.
No shortage of good coaches for sure. What is your now, besides the Native American flute music, what is your pregame ritual now? What do you do before a game to get ready?
Yeah, well, we have offense and defensive meets that we go through, but I kind of just sit and go through the call sheet, and visualize the calls and the flow of the game, and situational football. Just play some of those scenarios out in my mind a little bit. We tell our kids all the time, there are no decisions made on Friday night. All the decisions are made before Friday night. So I kind of just rehearse, I guess the ebbs and flows of a game.
All right. Who is the best player you've ever coached against?
Oh man,
just one.
Oof.
You can name two if that's.
Golly.
I know you've had a lot of them.
I'm gonna miss somebody just off the top of my head.
It'll be all right.
When I was at Carrollton the first time, so from 2008 to 2013, Reuben Foster was unbelievable. He was special, and then Caleb Downs at Mill Creek. Both of those two were in a league of their own.
Yeah, that's awesome. Who should I interview next? Could be football, could be here at Carrollton, could just be somebody who could be entertaining and you think people would want to listen to.
You need Connor Foster at Cartersville High School. You can tell him I tagged him too. So
now, were y'all on the same staff together?
So I met Connor here in 2013. He came to Carrollton in 2013.
Okay.
Coached our defensive backs when I was offensive coordinator. And then I took the job at Cartersville, and I took him. He's from Cartersville originally. Okay. So I brought him back home, and he was our defensive coordinator. And then when I left to go to Coastal Carolina, he became the head coach at Cartersville.
Actually, when I met him last year, so I need to call him and head back
up.
No
doubt. You can tell him I said to do it.
All right, we'll put him on the spot.
That's it.
Coach Foster, we're coming for you.
You're up.
All right. Last off, the big reason to do these interviews is just trying to let people know I actually do have a website trying to help coaches out. Just a place for one-stop shop to find vendors, helmets, uniforms, anything you need. So who's somebody that you work with that that you would love to shout out that's just done a great job for you?
For us, it's Taylor Malenfant is our local BSN guy. He lives here in town and keeps me walking in line and helps us out all the time. I mean, he's come to our rescue on numerous occasions, but definitely shout out to Taylor and BSN.
They're definitely on there. BSN does a really good job. Well, Coach, listen, I appreciate you taking the time. It was a pleasure, and best of luck to you.
I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.